So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about how sad I get when I see posts and articles debunking holistic management, because all of those posts and articles are not actually debunking or haven't even begun to understand or cover what holistic management is. So I just want to clear that up, hopefully in under 5 minutes. So the people that do debunk holistic management, or try to, are actually debunking livestock grazing systems. And holistic management is absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with livestock grazing systems. That was the very early work that my father did, and he debunked grazing systems 60 years ago and said that they can't work. And the reason that no grazing system can work is that when you are managing livestock, you're not just managing livestock, you're managing land, you're managing people, and you're managing finances. So those three things, land or ecologies or environment, finances, and people, are the only three things on earth that human beings manage. And those three things are not separate. They're one very interwoven, incredibly complex whole. So our physical and financial stability depends entirely on healthy ecosystems on Earth. And that's the key to holistic management. So when people use grazing systems, when managing this web of complexity, when they're planning the movement of livestock, no grazing system can ever work, because what they're managing is anything but systematic. You can only use a management system when what you're managing is predictable, say an accounting system or an inventory system, things like that. But when you're managing completely unpredictable social, ecological, and economical complexity, you cannot possibly ever successfully use a management system, because what you're dealing with is totally unpredictable. So within the holistic management framework, we use a tool in the right situations of the holistic planned grazing process of livestock. So it's actually a planning process that was taken from Sandhurst Military Training Academy to be able to adjust and flow with many variables. And it was just adjusted to be used over time, because in military situations it's short. So it was adjusted to be used over time so that land managers can put in all the variables that they're dealing with on a chart, and they include people, social issues, financial issues, and they include other wildlife. So here on this land we use a management herd of livestock to regenerate the land, and we include guinea fowl breeding seasons, we include elephant movements, buffalo movements. So those things are all there on that chart when we go through this planning process with the livestock. And what the planning process enables us to do is to adjust and flow with all the variables going on all the time, because we can't just say they're going here, here, here for this amount of time, because we don't know what's going to happen on that land. We might have a fire, we might have buffalo come through and do the job, we might have any number of issues that go on, that we have to be able to quickly flow with the variables that are going on. And so that's the tool, the management tool of livestock, which enables managers, particularly in arid areas of the earth, to help regenerate land for livestock, for wildlife, because these arid areas developed with huge herds of animals that were kept bunched together and on the move by their pack hunting predators. And what holistic management is a decision-making framework. It's a management framework. And all it does is guarantee and empower any manager, any decision maker, to simultaneously consider and balance the ever-present and unpredictable social, economic, and ecological aspects that almost every one of their decisions come with. So it allows managers to always be able to flow with all those variables that are going on all the time. And what it also enables us to do is know which decision or action is most appropriate in both the short and long term at any given time. So when we apply this at individual level, it'll make a huge difference. It does make a huge difference. But what we really need to be doing is applying this at policy level, because that's where our big decisions are made, and decisions at scale are made through policy. And right now our policy decisions are disastrous because we don't consider long-term effects. We meet our short-term objectives and then we move on to the next decision, and it's like we've pushed a domino and created pandemonium, and which we'll deal with later with another policy. So this decision-making framework uses a holistic context, which is tying it's a description tying our physical and financial stability to the health of land, and we use that to guide our policy decisions or our daily decisions. And then there are filtering context checks to make sure that those decisions are in line, or if we're confused between a couple of actions, which one will be most sound, ecologically regenerative, economically viable, and socially or culturally sound at any given time. So for those of you who do debunk or try to debunk holistic management, what you're debunking is just an incredibly useful decision-making process that guarantees we do not cause long-term knock-on damage, and we proactively manage in a way that brings about the lives that we want, rather than reacting or adapting to the problems we're causing by how we make our decisions currently. So you're trying to debunk just better decisions and better policies, which is crazy.